And we can just start the podcast in terms of like start it in character in world. If you want to know introduction.
And it'll just be like, what the fuck's going on? I thought they were going to talk about Fallout 76. Yeah, I guess I'll start and intro them.
Okay.
Hey, welcome to Front Seat Gamer holiday special, I guess.
That sounds pretty special.
That's pretty special. So we'll be playing Rory's D&D game.
Yeah, well, technically it's a tabletop role-playing game.
You don't like me.
That's copyrighted.
Yeah, you don't like me like
I'm already
referring
pushing it pretty
to it
hard
as D&D
with the copyright infringements, but
okay,
yeah.
it's nothing like D&D.
But it's quite similar.
It's
quite
very
similar. It's evocative.
It's a love letter to D&D, you might say.
I love card.
So I'm joined by Bex.
Hello.
Oh, you're just going to look at me?
Yep, okay, I'm just going to look at you guys.
And George.
I don't know who I am.
There's Ed and Rory.
That's me.
And just quickly, what do you guys do at Grinding Gear Games? Because you guys have all been on before, but like we've had a bunch of like new listeners that will probably be like, who the hell are these people? So I am a 3D artist at Grinding Gear Games.
Oh, and I'm the community director.
I'm one of the concept artists.
I'm an animator.
And I'm a game designer.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right,
Good.
so
Are we ready?
let's just get into it, man.
Yeah. It's the distant future. The year 300.
Shit.
After the last Thorn War, the magical element radium was discovered. And it was super awesome. You might even say radical. Everything became much cooler and way more rad, with new magical powers based on radium and only mild side effects. Neon magic and way more awesome and excellent magical monsters arrived as well. Bards became so much more bodacious, with radium-powered loots capable of 6 solos and synthetic destruction. Constant contact with radium led to new powers, abilities, and some vomiting, some loss of skin, but who cares? Now 3 super cool dudes and dudettes are out to explore areas that haven't been traveled since before the Thorn War. To see if there's some excellent treasure to be found. Select your characters.
Jesus Christ. Man, you got into it.
It's like Mortal Kombat or something.
Yeah.
Where's my voice gone?
Are we going to fight each other to the death?
Blake, who are you?
My character, my name is Anime Jones.
Oh, yeah.
And my character, he always wanted to be a rock star, but never actually learned to play any instrument. Because that's way hard, man. Have you tried to learn an instrument? It's super hard.
Too much effort.
Yeah, it's way too much effort. He just wanted to skip straight to the, like, having groupies and stuff and being super famous and cool. Yeah, he was pretty unsuccessful trying to be a rock star. So he prayed to the great neon god who granted him a radical guitar as his I guess he uses it as a weapon. Yeah, it's his instrument of destruction. He uses it to because he can't play very well. Sometimes the spells go wrong and backfire on him.
Right. Understandably.
But the guitar, it's a piano
and a guitar.
but it also is in the shape of a key, which is kind of a mystery. And he sort of wants to find out why this god has given him this giant key.
Mm-hmm. I would want to find that out too. Excellent. Okay, who else is in the party? Bex, who are you?
I'm Rick Troll. I'm a washed-up pop star. I'm stealthy but super clumsy because I'm a giant troll. And I expect everyone to know who I am, and I get quite furious when people don't.
Excellent. And you just generally trollish in appearance, would you say?
Yeah, super chunky.
Okay. Super chunky. Which is very attractive for a troll.
Of course.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So,
George.
I'm Dank Frank. I'm an ex-cult leader. I used to use my cult to grow herbs, and the cult followers were a bunch of kind of needy teen virgins that I lured in with the false promise that I'd get them laid. but I accidentally killed them all in an experiment gone wrong, and now I use the spirits of my dead followers as my summoning weapons and stuff like that to attack enemies. Yeah, I'm just a kickback dude,
Yeah, just a kickback dude. And Ed will be silent, seeing as he doesn't have a character in this campaign. So
yeah, I'm just watching.
Okay. So, taking the lead, we have... Wait, who's taking the lead on this march towards the
cult
altitude?
leader.
Okay.
March towards where?
Well, okay, so you're heading to the frontier.
Yeah.
You're heading to places that haven't been travelled for a long time.
Okay.
You're coming up to it. There's a town that's not far from where you are called something. Let me just please hold.
Townville.
Thistle. So it's one of the old towns from before the Thorn War, and you can see it in the distance. It's lit up. So you're sort of marching. You've left behind civilization. You're just walking the old roads. So who's leading the
I guess I'm the cult leader.
Yeah,
We're all behind the cult leader and just
Right,
following
right.
him. He's
I'm
too
searching for
charismatic.
virgins, man. Like, we need to...
Have you tried to recruit these two, or
Yeah, I tried, but they had already lost their virginities in really horrific ways. And that doesn't really suit me, eh? Like, I need purebreds to, grow my
I'm
herbs
so
with.
judged right now.
I mean, you're a washed up rock star.
Yeah.
Let's be real, you've probably fucking been rinsed out a few times.
well, it's starting to get dark, guys. So, and as you all know, there's like soul storms at night, so you don't want to be around that jazz. So,
What is a soul storm?
don't worry about it. It's probably not relevant. So, you need to find some shelter before your souls get painfully ripped out your bodies. So, do you want to have a quick spot check to see if you can look around, see what's in the
So
area?
do we know how far we are from this town?
So you can sort of hold your hands to your eyes and look into the
I
distance.
make binoculars with my hands.
Goggles. You can see some pulsing disco lights in the distance. That's probably Thistle. It looks like they've already
How
got radium
long
power.
does it take? Look,
It looks like
Far away.
it would take 3 or 4 hours. You're hoping you could get there tonight, but because of what were you guys doing that made it take so long to get to town?
Oh, I was searching for virgins, but I led them
Right.
astray.
we were going well off into the hills.
Yeah,
I don't know why
yeah.
you thought there would be.
Dank Frank's had a bit too much herbs today. And took him off on a bit of a spiritual journey that kind of led nowhere.
There's virgins in the hills!
You just gotta trust me, man. Just follow me. It's fine.
So yeah, you know that the town of Thistle is ahead of you, but yeah, there's no way you can reach it in time. So you've got to look around for somewhere to take
Right, I
shelter.
guess
You're surrounded by trees on every side, and the path sort of flows
Yeah.
over some nice rolling hills on the way to.
Alright, I'm gonna put my hands to my eyes like binoculars and have a look around.
Yeah. Do you all want to have a
I just don't have my
spot check?
cards, actually.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I'll
no
give
cards
you-
either.
Oh yeah, I suppose yeah.
Should
So
we-
in this game, everything is played with cards, and everyone should have cards. Except I forgot to give people their cards. Now everyone has their cards. Cards.
That is my cards.
Those are probably your cards.
Should we explain a
Or
little
maybe
bit how
those
the
are your
game
cards.
works? For
Yeah, I
the
think,
viewers?
These are
you
mine.
should explain a little bit how the game works.
Yeah. Okay, so in this game, there are a few different decks of cards. Some of them are for combat, which we'll get to when we get to combat, and a lot of them are for doing other stuff, just about anything that doesn't involve murdering. So whenever someone wants to try and do something, can be anything at all, I'll tell them how difficult that is to achieve. So they could say, I want to try and pick a lock, and I'm like, yep, go ahead. You'll need a worthy attempt in order to succeed, and they'll pull a card from their deck of attempts, and if they get a high enough attempt, then they will succeed. And if they decide to do something like, I want to jump and grab the moon, I'm like, that's not reasonable. Yeah, you're going to need an overwhelming success to even get moderately close to that. And if they happen to get an overwhelming success, then something good probably happens. But everyone also has cards that let them re-roll these checks based on their character's personal skills. So, for example, Dank Frank has lots of charm and some intellect as well. So he gets extra attempts when trying to do something dealing with people and something that involves him being smart. So now everyone's going to make a spot check, which doesn't have any rolls. So go ahead and pull the card from the top and see what you get.
I got a
Oh my
fumble.
god. Utter failure.
I got an overwhelming success.
So
I see a house right in front of us.
not quite. Close. The two of you, I should say, Dank Frank and Rick Troll, find a rock shaped a bit like a duck if you hold it at a certain angle. It doesn't seem to have any magical energies, but it's quite a fun
How big is the rock?
Like about 3
Like a
or 4
pebble,
centimeters
right.
across. Yeah, not notable.
So you guys looked for shelter and picked up a rock.
Yeah. And they were distracted by this rock. It's quite a fascinating rock. You, with your overwhelming success, see that there is an unearthly green glow coming from deep in the forest. You wouldn't be able to spot it during the day. It's not so bright. But now that it's dark, you're actually able to see this coming from the thing. And while you look in that direction, you also notice there's something just lying on the side of the path. You pick it up.
Something.
You pick it up, and it looks like it's a sealed scroll. It was dropped here, and nobody noticed that they dropped it. On the seal is the writing "For Carrick." It's up to you whether you want to break the seal and read it, or whether you just want to hold
I
on to it
wouldn't
for
do
later.
that. That's
Okay.
that's invading someone's privacy,
Right,
isn't
right.
it?
Very good. Okay. So yeah, you point out to the others that
Yeah.
you've seen the green light.
Yeah.
And you also notice on the horizon that the soul storm is starting to arrive. And you
All
see
right. Well,
the soul
I
storm-
crack open this scroll.
Oh, you're going to crack on the scroll? Yeah. Inside is a badly scrawled letter. Dear Carrick, sorry I must go raid town now. Will probably die, but know I always cared for you. Be strong after I did. Sincerely, Lucan. Actually, it is sincerely. It's not
Sincerely.
Sincerely. Okay, I'm going to hand it to the other guys to have a read as well.
Yeah. Okay. So what's the plan now? That
Let's
you're
head
gonna
towards that
towards the green
light,
light?
I think.
Yeah. Okay. You make your way through the trees, and you see what looks like a long abandoned, long destroyed building. But there's a green light coming from inside, and a sort of thud sound, and a sound that sounds a bit like.
Oi! Is anyone out there? Shut those blasted books!
You make your way closer and into this tomb, and it's musty, smelling of forgotten secrets and old socks. Green light spills across this surface, emitted by an ancient wooden box, pinned shut by fallen masonry that seems to have just collapsed on top of it. You stop for a second and you hear a tap tap, followed by...
Do I hear people? Is there somebody nearby? Get me out!
We get you out.
Get.
Okay, there's masonry all over this thing. You want to just try and just lug it off?
I would like to try and blast it off with like
Okay.
some awesome magic fireballs.
Go ahead and give me a check.
All right.
This can only end well.
Excellent attempt.
Excellent attempt. You somehow managed to use... Wait, what does it look like when you blast masonry off?
My guitar is usually strapped to my back like a awesome man's weapon, like a cool dude.
Yeah.
So I swing that around and just rail on it with a and like a flamethrower just comes out the end and just blasts this rubble away.
Awesome. You were finally able to lift the lid off your box.
And the flamethrower is still going.
Are you bloody insane? Jesus Christ, man, you could have taken me bloody whiskers off.
Inside the coffin is a strange sight. A few books, some empty food satchels, some pictures of some skeletons and a pile of dirty rags, some badly drawn pictures, many empty bottles of various kinds of alcohol, and a man. What does this man look like?
He's got a long ass beard. Just looks like an old English dude from you'd find out in rural areas, like wrinkly ass skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the accent really paints a picture.
Yeah.
Looks like a guy named Steve.
He looks like a Steve.
Looks like a Steve. His name... Does he introduce himself? What's he going to do now that he's finally got his freedom from the box?
Anyone got any beers?
Does anyone have any beers in their inventory?
What do we even have?
Whatever your character would reasonably have on them.
What would my character have? He's just got energy drinks.
Okay. Yeah. Is that good enough for you?
Great load of use, you lot.
I'll chuck you one of the older energy drinks. Like this one's expired.
Matured.
Yeah.
I take a sip. That's fucking disgusting. Jesus Christ. What year is this anyway? In that box so bloody long.
It's the year 300. You can tell them that if you want.
It's the year 300.
It's the year 300.
Oh, Jesus. Wait, 300?
Yeah. How long have you been in this box?
Well, clearly over 300 years. Jesus.
So it was year 0 when you were.
Well, we didn't call it year 0, did we?
Year negative something.
It was the year 1375 when I went in.
That makes no sense to me.
Yeah, well, something's gone up.
Do you wanna explain to people why you're here?
Oh,
Your very
really?
important mission. You should probably explain to people why you're here. Your very important mission.
I put myself in this bloody box to give you people a warning. Now you've gone and changed the bloody years. I don't even know if you're worth saving anymore.
Do you want to get back in the box?
I mean, I'm white.
And that's the end of the campaign.
What are your rags dirty with?
That's not your business.
Oh yeah, there's a smell here.
It's only in a box.
Well, the storm's raging outside, so you can't really go outside anymore. So you're trapped in here,
Great,
forced
so
to converse.
With this like old man that peed himself 300 years ago. Where was the green light coming from? Was that
From him.
Oh,
He's been emitting this green light.
is he still emitting the green light?
It seems to have died down now, but I don't know what he was doing that was causing the green light to come out.
Hey,
immediately, but...
you were glowing before.
Was we?
Yeah. Like, is that normal? Do you normally do that?
Well, you wouldn't know anything about that.
I think Dank Frank would like to know if your virginity's intact. You might be right for recording it.
Is that a charm check?
That wasn't going to be like, oh, for you, mate. It could be.
Oh, don't worry about that. Old Steve's seen some action.
Shit. All right, I'm going to have a look around the rest of this, like, tomb area.
Okay. So you take a look at the walls, and it looks like there are some old inscriptions on here. It's a language that seems to be long forgotten, but you see figures. It looks like someone like looking over a crystal ball when they're surrounded by thorns, and then in the next thing, zooms in, enhances on the crystal ball, and inside there's a figure wreathed in shadow that is just sucking the life out of everything, and your vague understanding of old languages seems to have the words Eradicator written underneath it. But you can't
Hey, Steve. You recognize any of this? You're old. This looks old.
They were probably written by a group that helped put you in the box, so you could send you forward in time.
What's in the box?
Box.
Yep, that's what I'm here to tell you about. Well, was here to tell you about.
Mm-hmm.
That there's the Eradicator. He's a nasty piece of work. He's gonna kill you all. He's gonna kill us all. And well, you look like an adventuring type.
I
want to be a rock star.
Oh, you don't know what that is. Sounds a bit gay.
He's from an earlier time.
Back in his day, gay meant happy.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Well, okay, you've shown your age, that's for sure. You remember that you actually have some documentation that tells you how to defeat the Eradicator somewhere in this box. You want to share it with them? You've got to keep it to yourself.
No, sure.
Okay. So you find the tome that you seem to recall. It's been a long time, but you're pretty sure that this is the tome that has all the secrets for defeating the Eradicator. And you open it up. Do you want to just read it out to them, or do you want to pass it to them? Or...
I'll pass it on.
Okay, so you look over it. You all like bend over, and written on it as words in ancient inscription that you can somehow make out despite its age. And it says, 2 cups of flour, half a tablespoon of baking powder, 1 stick of butter, 3 tablespoons of sugar, 3 eggs, half a cup of milk. And then there's the letters PFPO. This seems to be the thing. You can't remember for sure, but you're pretty sure that these are the instructions for defeating the Eradicator.
We don't remember us having to defeat him with scones. Well.
I'm gonna look around the walls
I'm
for
gonna-
any.
I'm gonna have another look at the tomb. I don't know why you misplaced something.
You have a look around, kind of confused about what's going on, but sure enough, one of the inscriptions on the wall seems to have a picture of a cake on it. Like, just a nice, sort of small, well-baked cake. Maybe you could kind of interpret from those inscriptions that maybe the Eradicator is being destroyed by this cake in one of them, but it's kind of fallen apart a bit, so you can't tell for sure if cake is involved in the destruction of the Eradicator.
Alright, well, memory's a bit foggy, but I'm going to say we're going to have to make this fellow eat some cake.
Okay. So,
We just found you in a box and now you're talking about an Eradicator. Like, there's been nothing like that that I know of.
Well, we don't know what kind of world you live in. I've been in a box this whole time, but where I come from, the whole world was covered in thorns. Everything was misery. Bloody... I don't know what these clothes you're wearing. It's all messed up.
These are the raddest clothes, man.
I don't know if we trust this guy yet.
All I know is there's an Eradicator, and well...
Ominous soul lightning strikes in the background.
Oh,
Crack!
I mean, the Soul Storm is pretty suspicious to me.
It's a new, fairly new phenomena.
Yeah.
It might be related.
And people
to
are just like okay with this Soul Storm.
Well,
Like it's just like
I
here
mean,
comes
it
another
looks
Soul
pretty
Storm.
awesome. Like,
Okay.
yeah, it looks real cool.
If it looks
But-
cool.
Like, synthesizer lightning.
Yeah. It's like,
Is there a
it's
sweet
like
dubstep every time there's lightning?
yeah, the lightning is like fairly regular, like steady beat. Yeah. So everyone thought it was cool, but it does suck people's souls out. So maybe it's related to this Eradicator guy. Maybe this is gonna maybe it's bad. I don't know. Maybe it's
Seems
fine.
pretty rad. Is it bad or is it rad?
Either way, you're gonna have to bunker down for the night. So you've had a long walk, and he's had a long nap, I guess. Long chilling out in a box. So you're finally able to stretch your legs, arms and legs a bit. These guys need the rest. So
I
they're
just
bunkered
pace
down.
around. I mean, I haven't been able to walk around for a long time.
Okay.
Just doing squats everywhere.
Yeah.
So much room.
Just those kind of awkward old man exercises.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so you rest for the night, and then when morning comes, it's time to make your way onto the town. And so the Soulstorm seems to have passed in the night, and now it's a beautiful, beautiful sunny day. You can still see some light as you exit the tomb and go back onto the road. You can still see some light coming from the town called Thistle. So do you guys just head straight down there, see what's going on in the town?
Yeah, I think Frank decides that there might be some nerdy guys
Okay.
recruiting down there, so
Okay.
he makes the executive decision to take the whole crew down.
Nice. While you're going, you guys discuss what you think of this whole Eradicator business. Do you think it's worth just gathering these ingredients just in case, or
I think Frank thinks it's beneath him. He's going to leave it up to the rest, though.
yeah? What do you guys think about this whole
I
business?
like cake. I think we should make one.
Okay. Yeah, that's a fair argument.
What kind of eggs is it though? Is it
Oh.
chicken eggs?
Is it dragon eggs?
Seems to be- it seems to just say eggs. It could be anything's eggs.
Okay.
I mean, probably not anything. There are some eggs that probably you shouldn't make cake with, but yeah. You've made cake with all sorts of eggs in it, so it should be fine. Just find some eggs.
Eggs.
What about you?
I could go for some cake.
You go for some cake?
Yeah.
Okay. If the party seems to want to
Yeah.
make some cake, okay.
I'm gonna, as we're walking along, I want to talk to Frank about like if he recognizes the area or anything like that, or like what was it like?
Frank
Oh, Frank, Steve. I want, I want to talk to Steve about like what was this place like back in your day?
It was bloody miserable. There was
Yeah.
nothing like this. It was covered in thorns. There was barely any living things around.
So it seems like an improvement then.
Somewhat.
If you're saying young people today, they don't know how good they've done.
That is exactly it.
Um,
I tell you what, you found an old man in a box back in my day and he told you that the world was ending, I wouldn't have strike him with two.
Respect for elders. I tell
My
you.
word.
How
I
did you
didn't
get
just
in
put
the
myself in a
box?
box for fun.
How did you get in the box?
I don't know. That was a long time ago. I think I did it for a very good reason.
So, as you guys talk, you make your way down to town. It's a small provincial town. It's sort of got beautiful thatched roofs, sort of old limestone sort of wall coverings and ancient things, and human skulls impaled to walls as decorations. It's sort of got a U-shaped the layout of the town with a nice like open town square plan. You see some figures from a distance.
Are the human skulls a normal thing for towns?
Well, now you think about it, no, not really. That's not really standard town decoration. You people are bustling around the market, they're selling fruit and things, just conversing.
What do the people look like?
Well, they're a little bit shorter than normal people, and the ears are a bit pointy and green, but you get a bit, as you keep walking a bit closer, you know, they sort of, some of them like sort of scuttle away, like, not really, like maybe they're dubious about travellers, not many travellers in these parts, but...
What do you guys reckon? Do you trust this town?
I absolutely trust this town.
Yeah.
Well, you like what they've done with the skulls?
All right.
So you walk into town, and although many people sort of dart away, a few figures approach. They've sort of got hoods over them, but they turn them back, and you can see that they're goblins. And when they approach, and one of them like points a finger and says, "You, sorry about that. Welcome to our town. Thank you for coming all this way to this hole. We'd like to welcome you to our town. We're very friendly here, and you dinkholes can come and enjoy the treats that our town has to offer. Welcome to this hole."
This chap seems nice.
What are you fellows in for? What are you doing here today?
Have you got any beers?
We have all sorts of alcoholic beverages that aren't beers. What we got?
Well, you have beer.
Well, we've got fermented alcohol stuff, like fruit fermented. It's delicious. Delicious. Do you
Sounds like nonsense, but it'll do.
They pass you a ancient-looking sort of greenish bottle of something, and it smells a bit like beer. Just down it.
Yeah.
Down it.
It's a bit sweet.
Yeah, it's sweet, but it's good. It's surprisingly good. And he's like, that'll just be 3 gold pieces.
Yeah. And you got any cash?
I got a bit of cash, but not for the likes of you.
Whoa, ruthless.
Bullshit. You got any work going?
As a matter of fact, we've heard some bad stuff's coming this way, so we kind of need some people to like protect the town, ward it from evil. You know what I mean? There's evil all over the place these days.
What kind of evil?
Don't really know. We just know it's evil and it's coming. You know, you just got that feeling in your bowels. You know.
We don't take evil there.
Oh, well, it's a thing. It's a thing.
When do you think this evil's coming in?
Tomorrow, probably.
Yeah.
What time of day?
Huh?
What time of day?
I don't really know. It's kind of ambiguous.
Hopefully not too early. I like to sleep in.
We estimate around midday.
Oh,
It should
excellent.
be
That's
fine.
great. I'll be up by then.
I think we can take on this job, but for a price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, 3 gold pieces, how does that sound?
How does 3 virgins sound? How much farmable land you got?
Buddy, we don't have any virgins around here.
Well, what are we going to
don't
sit
have
here and
them.
doing this for?
Hmm?
What are we going to sit here doing this for?
Well,
So we're doing it to pay off this beer, are we?
yeah.
So not only have we just put ourselves in debt, but we've got an alcoholic on our team now.
Yep.
Alright, brilliant. Thanks for getting us in this.
No worries.
Well, is there anything else we can get for you guys? Anything you need in our wonderful, wonderful goblin town? Anything you want to know about the place?
Cake recipe?
Oh, yeah.
Like
that's
cake
right, I forgot the
ingredients?
cake.
Instantly forgotten one.
What sort of stuff do you need for your
Oh,
so-called cake?
what do we need? Eggs
Do you have
and
any
butter?
chickens?
We sort of do, yeah.
What do you
Got-
sort of have chickens?
I mean,
Do
it's
they
chicken.
lay eggs?
They do. They definitely lay eggs. Yes.
Can you take them to us?
We can take you to them.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
No, take them to us.
Definitely can't do that. Sorry.
Bring us your chickens.
Eggs first? Yeah, sure. Let's go get some. I'll point you in the direction of the eggs. So
I hate you, Rory.
it's about to get worse. So you head over to town to a sort of semi-forested area as he leads you sort of away from this main city. He sort of explains to you
The
that
chicken's far away from town.
Yeah, we keep them a fair distance away. He sort of explains to you as you go how the town used to be a horrible goblin-infested place until someone brought in the radium core, and then its magic made everyone much more chill and awesome, and a little more British. It was really awesome.
A little more British. I always think of British people as chill and awesome.
And it gave them all sorts of cool ideas and stuff. So now they have imports and exports and stuff like that. It's really good. Anyway, there's the chicken farm, he said with quoting air quotes, over there. And he points to this hill, which seems to have looks like lighter than the surrounding hills for some reason.
It's lighter.
Yeah, you can't really, it's kind of a wee way away. You have to get closer until you can see what's really going on that hill over there. Yeah, you just gonna approach?
Yeah.
Why do you keep your chickens so far away?
Oh, you'll see, he said forebodingly.
I put my hands up to my eyes as binoculars again.
Okay, good. Give me a spot
look
check.
at this hill.
Give me a spot check.
Excellent attempt.
Excellent attempt. That white stuff, as you look a bit closer, seems to sort of be, there's like webs all over the ground there. And as you watch carefully, you see the ground shift a little bit underneath them. But you also spot that there's like a nice little nest with some eggs in it.
Oh, I get it. It's like a giant chicken
There's
coop.
Well, it's like free
A mesh
range.
cage.
It's free
right?
range. It's actually really nice. Like
At least the
chickens.
chickens. I
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, it seems to be like there's the eggs. There's a few nests just sitting around, and no one seems to be there.
When you say
gathering them
nest, what are the eggs?
Yeah,
am I able to see what the eggs look like?
Yeah, regular chicken eggs. There's some brown ones, some white ones. Yeah, nice little mix. They look like sort of size 6, size 7. Yeah.
All right.
Are you gonna approach?
Yeah, I'm
Just
gonna
walk
approach
up?
the closest one.
Okay, do you want to put yourself?
Is there
on?
like webs and stuff all around it? Like,
Yeah, definitely. Do you want to just place your characters on this board as you approach them? So we're laying out some tiles, just so they can, harvest eggs in a tactical way.
This all seems normal.
Way.
Nothing suspicious here.
This is how you
Is
harvest
there-
eggs in this game.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
is the goblin guy still with us?
No, he's run away.
So he,
How fast did he run
yeah.
off?
Like a brisk walk.
So he didn't say anything. He just we turn around and he's just gone.
Yeah,
We're standing
yeah.
next to
He's
something.
And
just-
he's like,
Just power walking his way back to the
just yelling from the other hill. You'll be fine. Is that what it's gonna be? All right. I think I might. Yeah, I think this looks suspicious, and I'm not the type that's gonna step forward and do something myself. So I feel like we could send forward some of the virgin nerdy spirits to
yeah, I was
check it
gonna say,
out.
could
You know what I
send
mean?
one of your spirits over there?
Yeah.
Get some space. Okay, so you're going to send one of the spirits forward. Now, your spirits are rather nervous, so you're going to need to convince them to travel forward and into this thing that looks super safe.
They have a mind of their own.
Yeah, they do. So I guess Dank Frank digs deep when he starts chanting and goes into a trance, and a nerdy spirit emerges from the ground. It's instantly starts getting allergies and breaks out in hives. Its voice is breaking and it's kind of whining a little bit, but it's also very shy because it's not very socially adapted at all. And Frank says, "Look, mate, if you go over to that nest over there, mate, the afterlife will be great. That's where you get your virgins. But until then, I'm holding on to the spirit of yours, eh? So what do you want to do here?"
Go ahead and give me a charm check to
All
see
right.
if you can convince him to... Worthy attempt.
Worthy attempt.
Yeah, he's pretty infatuated with you and your ideals, so he sort of ghosts forward, gets a little bit closer to the nest, and suddenly a gigantic vomiting spider chicken bursts from the ground and attempts to consume him, but just passes straight through, and then it just sits there confused that the soul can't be consumed. Because it looks like a
spider
little...
chicken.
Yeah, which part of it is spider and which part of it is chicken?
Just a mismatch all over the place. It's got a wing on one side, it's
Does it
got
have a
legs
beak?
on the other side. Oh yes, it's got a beak and mandibles underneath the beak.
Oh no.
And it sort of looks around, hisses, and then it notices the four of you just sort of standing over there.
Does it have chicken legs or spider legs?
It's got spider legs that end in little chicken
Oh,
claws.
That is absolutely terrifying.
That's terrifying.
And it gives you a hissing squawk as it sort of rears back and prepares to strike. Two more much smaller spiders with little chicken beaks, like just sitting on top of their heads, come out of the ground. One's on fire. It seems.
One's on fire. What just come out of the ground on fire?
Magical flaming spider chicken. Yeah.
Okay.
Did I stutter or something?
Nope.
It's a flaming
Nope.
flavored spider chicken. Okay. Combat has begun, and first up is Rick Troll.
Uh-oh.
You can so draw. At this point, everyone draws 3 cards from their combat deck, which is not the red one, but the one that's coloured after your class. And they can look at those and decide what they want to do. They also have a black weapon card that some of you may have shuffled into your deck, which you can then use instead of cards in your hand if you just want to fall back on your old reliable weapon. So Nex, you've got your weapon card is halfway through your deck, so you just pull that black card out.
Can I just move?
You can just move. In fact, you can move twice. If you're not going to attack, you move twice.
Can I go into stealth without using one of my cards?
You can attempt a subterfuge check to just be real sneaky. You won't be using your magic. You'll just be trying to
Okay, I
hide
want to
from
try to
sight.
like sneakily move so I can get a little closer.
Okay, give me a subterfuge check.
Excellent attempt.
Excellent. So you sort of meld into the web ground and sort of like scuttle along like you're a spider chicken yourself, and they seem to
What sound do you
pay
make?
attention to you. So go ahead and move twice. And you can move on diagonal or a straight line.
Is that twice diagonal?
Yes, that is. It's a daring location to move to. So they don't seem to have... They're still focusing on the rest of you, especially the one with the nerdy souls swirling around him. Now, next up, the little spider chickens are going to advance. And they... There's the fire spiders. Oh, no. I got the wrong cards out. Please hold while I find my chicken cards. Let's see. Rupees. Nope. Eradicator. Chicken. Here we go. It's fine. One of them steps forward and then hisses at you and uses Mire Breath, dealing 3 damage to a foe at range and 3 damage to all foes in range of one of them. And you all move down in the initiative as its acidic breath from one of these spiders just splatters all over you and it turns into webs as it hits you.
Wait, does it hit all of us?
Hits all of you except for Rick Troll. Since Rick Troll has moved out of range.
Oh.
So you all move down in the initiative. And you all take 3 damage.
Oh, God, yes.
Congratulations. This pushes you down like this.
Pulled a life card.
You pulled a life card. So now this means that you get the special effect of that life card is being damaged, you get a burst of adrenaline, which lets you...
Heal 3. And remove the status from myself and any ally in range 3.
But you don't... No one else has statuses yet, so you get your life... Basically, you get your life back from the attack.
And then,
but not that trigger card.
Okay.
Everything but the trigger card. It is now the big spider chicken's turn. Oh, this one's going to move forward. This one's going to move back. The gigantic spider chicken moves closer and just attempts to vomit acid on you. But it swings and misses as it's too lumbering and it just woke up out of its ground nap. So you're thankfully dodged that bullet, that spider chicken bullet. Next up, we have Dank Frank. What's the plan, Frank?
I'm gonna give it a living plague. So I'm gonna summon some spirits up out of the ground and coerce them into attacking the giant chicken. They swirl around it and start coughing their allergies all over it. The chicken immediately starts suffering rashes, hives. It has an outbreak of acne, and you can see that it's clearly in pain.
Okay.
And so at least there's a living contagion, and it deals 3 damage to it and gives it a status.
Okay, and the status causes it to take damage every turn?
Yep.
Yes.
And if it's removed, the owner may then place it on another foe in range 2.
Awesome. Okay, so now he's got a status on him.
I might also move away.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I'm going to move 1. You can only move 1, can't you?
Yes.
So I'm going to move over to here.
Okay.
Bang Frank's Bell.
Run away.
Yeah.
Next up, it's Steve, the Necromancer.
All right. I'm gonna move up closer
Uh-huh.
to this chicken spider.
Ooh, getting real close.
Getting real close.
Smells kind of delicious up close.
Yeah, you haven't eaten in like 300 years.
Good chicken, a long time. And I'm gonna use Desecrate.
Okay.
So corrupt the ground at which I stand. So yeah, just hold up my grandpappy's skull, do some chanting, and it starts vomiting up
What
some.
about the skull? So you place Desecrate underneath him.
Yep.
So that will mean that he will be able to do less damage, and he'll take damage at the start of each turn, as long as he remains in range of this Desecrate. Okay. Are you going... No, you've already moved up close. Perfect. It is now Anime Jones' move.
Alright. I am going to cast Wicked Bolts.
Wicked.
And that lets loose a barrage of corrupted bolts, dealing 3 damage to a foe in range 3, and 2 damage to 2 foes in range 2.
Who's going to take the biggest hit?
So there's one in... Where am I? So this one is in range 3.
Yes.
Yeah, so that one is going to take 3 damage.
Okay.
And then the others, because they're within range 2, are going to take 2 damage.
Excellent.
And
What does that look like?
that is like, I whip my guitar around again, and I bust out a sweet-ass guitar solo, and just, like, bolts of fire just fling from the top all over the place, and they land on those monsters.
Radical. Excellent. Okay. They're all incinerated. Even the one that was on fire is now more on fire, and doesn't seem... It seemed to be at a happy place in terms of how on fire it was. Now it's
But now
a
it's
less
too
happy
far.
place.
Yeah.
Too much fire. And that is the end of the round. It is up to Rick Troll again. You're
Okay.
unnoticed.
So I think at this point, even though he's in stealth, he's getting pretty annoyed that no one's paying attention to him. So he leans over to the bird spider and is like, "Do you know who I am?" And comes out of stealth.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And then...
Excellent. That gives you a surprising attack.
Do you whisper that in his ear?
No, he says it loud. He's like, "Do you know who I am? Pay attention to me." So he's going to use Mist Bomb when he like snaps back into reality and realizes that he should pay attention, which is you and allies in range 1 of this tile effect have Fade. Enemies that end their turn in range 1 of this take 1 damage. At the end of your next turn, discard this.
Excellent. Oh, does it do damage when you drop it down? When you throw down the bomb?
I don't know.
Okay. I'll put it on the tile and say, yeah, 2 damage to everyone. And yeah, so those two both take 2 damage as you throw down the smoke bomb. And now you, Steve and Rick Troll have Fade and can't be attacked by enemies directly. It is now the smaller spider's turns. And this one is going to do an acid spray. So this one crawls up to you and performs an acid spray on Anime Jones, which will deal 3 damage to him. And then the acid spray bounces, also hitting Dank Frank. You both take 3 damage, and Anime Jones gets the status, which means you take 2 extra damage when you're hit.
Oh, God.
As the acid starts to melt away your radical shoulder pads. I'm assuming you're wearing shoulder pads.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
80s shoulder pads.
Excellent. Which provided a high level of protection.
Yeah.
But now they're slightly melted.
Corporate dress.
Yeah. You're on the clock. You're on business.
Yeah,
So
I'm all about business.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
one thing you should know about Anime Jones.
Does he have a mullet?
Yes, and he's always wearing sunglasses as well, like always, and he has a bag of sunglasses in case they get knocked off.
Now the one spider chicken that was further away moves over to the nest to protect the nest of eggs, because it's brothers and sisters that you've been trying to steal and eat. And that will be their move. One of them is in the ground of in the area of the Desecrate, so they take 3 damage from the corrupted ground. Seeing as his or her or its children damaged, the large spider chicken goes into a rage and starts pecking crazily at all of you. It can't attack Steve, sadly, because he's in the smoke bomb cloud, so he runs up and pecks away at Anime Jones, dealing 2 damage, which, because of the status, means you take 4 damage.
Oh God, I'm down.
You're down.
Yep.
Wait, did you trigger your life card?
No.
Wait, I've got it right here. It's in my hands. You trigger your life card that I've got on my hands.
Oh.
You may gain shield 3 or draw a card or deal 3 damage to a foe in range.
Well, I'll
You can gain the shield?
gain the shield.
That's a good idea. You gain the shield. So you manage to survive. Okay.
Oh,
Totally forgot to
I'm
add
down,
that life
full
card
of-
to you.
big pecs.
Yeah, so
Big picks. So full of
because
picks.
you're only being sustained by shields, you're only conscious because of your shield, you get a wound. Which will be a random wound from my pile of wound cards, which I've lost. You're going to get the wound after the fight.
Oh, okay.
Because there's too many cards here, and I dropped them on the floor. Excellent. Okay. The pecking continues as the chicken keeps running around, and then it pecks at Dank Frank, dealing another 2 damage to Dank Frank. It is now Dank Frank's turn. How do you feel about being pecked?
I'm not too happy about it.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like this fight is beneath me and something I don't really want to deal with, to be
Right.
honest.
Shit.
I
Meanwhile, I'm
Dank
bleeding to
Frank,
death.
yeah, he feels like this is someone else's job to do, but he is kind of hungry. I think he really wants to kind of make an attempt to summon some like diabetic nerdy spirits to actually fry up the chicken that's already on fire.
Okay.
To deep fry it?
Yeah. Deep fry it.
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. You're going for some soulfire stuff.
Yeah. I think he just wants to kind of like tap out for a bit and have something to eat. Maybe recover some health if he can from eating some fried chicken, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So he digs deep and he summons two slightly overweight and foggy glasses souls. They look like they're suffering pretty heavily from asthma attacks at the time, but he's like, listen, mate, I know you're good at cooking. You haven't left your mum's basement in the 30 years that I found you. So fry me up this chicken and we might nudge you on the way to leaving that basement and finding yourself a girlfriend.
You realize you're a horrible person. Just your character's just okay.
Yeah, he's a narcissist. All right.
Yeah.
And so he thinks
Is that how he rolls?
excellent attempt.
Excellent attempt. Okay. So you're just going to send out your magic to just try and fan the flames of this chicken, right?
Yeah, to fry up.
And sure enough, the chicken, they sort of waft at it. They're because they're more intelligent than you, they know very well that if you add extra oxygen to a fire, it increases the flames. So they sort of fan the flames and make it build. And so you're going to do some extra cooking damage to the spider, and it takes 5 damage from being so well cooked. Yeah, it's this one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it looks like it is about as on fire as it can get from the fanning of flames, so you can't really keep doing that, but yeah, it's definitely feeling the heat right now. Okay, it's Steve, the Necromancer's move.
Oh, can I move before I...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
You
I
can,
just wanna-
because you're right next to the
Yeah, I want to
chicken.
move just one away from it over here.
Okay.
Cool.
The chicken is upset that you've been cooking his child.
Fair enough.
One was already on fire, though.
Yeah, but a comfortable level of on fire. Not super on fire, just regular on fire.
Just smouldering.
Smoldering. Yeah. Well, flaming.
Flaming.
It was pretty hot chicken. Spicy, you might say.
Alright, I'm gonna use Ancient Spirit.
Oh.
And yeah, I'll do that on this tile over by Anime Jones.
Yep.
And yeah, summon a little minion.
Okay. Oh, so so what does this minion look like? What are you creating?
Fuck. It's Steve's dead wife.
Okay.
Mary.
Wow, she must be really, really old.
Shit. What's this spirit?
Uh-huh.
She's got a frying pan
Okay.
and looking even more silly than Steve. Sweet. So it just sits there. And I'm just going to stay on my desecrated patch.
Okay, sounds good.
It's comfy there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, it's there. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
okay, so at the end of your turn, your dead wife, gets to make a move.
Yep.
What's she going to do?
So she's going to smack the little guy in that square. Is that the flaming?
The flaming one?
Yep.
Yeah, the cooking one?
Yep.
So how much damage does she do?
She does 2 damage.
Excellent. Okay.
if it didn't have so many legs, that thing would be looking like it was on wobbly legs, but it's fine because it's got lots of legs. They're all on fire, so...
Fantastic.
It is now Anime Jones' move.
This is called Gathering Flame.
Oh.
Focus your power. Ready to be unleashed. Deal 3 damage to a foe in range 2. You may gain shield 2 and you gain this status.
Okay. So
that means I can get rid of that acid spray status, right?
yes.
Yep. So I'm definitely doing that.
Okay.
So-
You can't have more shield than you currently have.
Really?
So, yeah. So I'm afraid that
What?
you get rid of the status. That's the important thing.
Alright, that's good.
Yeah, your shield is like the skills will just give you as much shield as you can have. And he will take 3 damage, did you say?
Yep. I'm gonna just do the guy in front of me.
The flaming chicken
Just,
spider.
You should specify, I think.
I'm gonna do him real good.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna grab my guitar like an axe and
Uh-huh.
just slam it down on the
Nice.
fiery chicken.
Magical.
This forest trigger's really getting the brunt of it.
Yeah.
He kind of painted a target on his spider back when he set himself on fire. He thought he'd be cool, but he just put the heat on himself. Okay, it is top of the round. It is Rick Troll's move again. Unless you want to move, Anime Jones.
Where can I move to? Yeah, I'm gonna run away.
Okay.
I'm gonna run up next
Yep.
to Steve. Yeah.
You want to
Yeah.
move there or
right
there?
on to Steve.
What's that effect on Steve? Would that affect me?
It'll mean that enemies that attack in that range do less damage.
Yeah, I'm gonna run into that.
Okay.
That's like a smoke bomb, right?
That one is a desecrated effect.
Oh, okay.
So his cool unholy ground.
Yeah.
Is
I'm running onto the unholy
Yeah,
ground.
yeah. Currently it's in the mist bomb, but that's about to fade off.
Okay.
So it's actually just a patch of vomit.
I see it from a distance and think it looks pretty cool, and then I run in there and go, "Oh no, oh no!"
So okay, that kind of desecrate. Yep. Okay, it's Rick Troll's move now.
Alright.
You're in the smoke bomb, which is going to fade off in a turn, but
I want to do 2 things. I want to try to get the eggs from the nest,
okay.
and also get rid of the spider that's guarding them. Right.
Okay.
Can I do both? Can I do one as a stealth move, and then one as like an attack?
That's going to be a bit too much to do in one turn. You need to sort of pick one or the other. You don't have much time.
Okay, I'm gonna
in
try
your
to get
turn.
rid of that spider so that we can
Okay.
get the eggs.
So you're moving on to his tile?
Yeah.
Yep.
Do I use my card for that?
Nope.
Mm.
No, you're just
So it's just
moving.
like a
Everyone gets 1 move for free
Oh,
at
okay.
their turn. Yeah. You can just spend your actions to do extra moves if you want.
okay, cool. While we wait for everyone else, I'll just tell them my life story so he knows that I'm a pop star.
Okay, yeah.
Just talk his ear off the whole time.
Seems to be listening. He's probably one of the... He listens as much as everyone else listens when he talks, so it seems to be...
That's disappointing.
What? You get to draw one extra card from your deck in terms of what you can do in
Yellow.
combat. Yeah. So are you going to attack him, or are you going to attempt to distract him while you surreptitiously take the eggs?
I don't know. I'm gonna try to murder him.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
We'll remember the life story that murder
He's not paying attention, so you murder him.
Well, he has to pay attention to me, and he doesn't know who I am, so I'm getting annoyed. I'm gonna use murder, which
Oh my god.
attack with increased ferocity, dealing 2 extra damage to a foe in melee.
Which is on your tile, which is where you are. You're right.
Cool.
on
I'm
top
gonna
of
use
it.
my trident.
And how much damage will that do to him?
2.
This is your exploding trident, right?
No, not exploding trident. Just a normal trident, right?
Oh,
No, it's an
well,
augment card, so it's in addition to your sword.
So you use your
Oh, okay,
trident
okay.
and do 2 extra damage.
Okay, yeah.
So 6 damage then?
How much is that? How much my trident does? For
I can't read from here.
Yeah, it's still 4 damage.
Excellent.
Yeah, so yeah,
You
6.
brutally attempt to murder this man. I mean, spider chicken. Dealing 6.
Oh, you should have listened.
Yeah.
That way you shout when you attack it.
Should have listened. You should have listened. They all should have listened.
Show them all.
And lets out a hissing squawk that you interpret as still would rather not have listened. That it's not a very nice spider chicken. It's now the spider chicken's move, and it's going to get vengeance on you for attempting to murder it, and it is going to Mire Breath you, which deals 3 damage to you, and there's no one in range around you, so it just spits this vomiting acid stuff on you, and that will deal 3 damage and push you down the initiative by 1. Meanwhile, the other one that is right next to...
Does this mean something?
Yes, so you've activated your life card, which will mean that you, I believe, off the top of my head, means that you have Fade. So you can't be picked as a target of attacks. You also get this card into your discard pile as your Mist Bomb dissipates at the end of your turn. Oh, and just in your discard pile, not in your deck. Yep.
It's gone.
Face up.
It's gone into my deck.
Right at the top.
It's been consumed. Does it give you any shield or anything? No, it just gives you Fade. Yep, so you can't be attacked until next turn. Then the other one is going to attempt to attack. Wait, your wife can't be attacked, right? She's invulnerable.
Yep.
Yeah. That's handy. So the only thing that is in range, actually, there's these two on this Desecrate patch. So it's going to take 3 damage for being near that Desecrate, which puts it on very, very wobbly flaming spider legs. But it then attempts to do an attack against the two of, you, but gets a glancing blow, so it only deals 1 damage, which is then reduced by the Desecrate to nothing. So a poor attempt at an attack leaves this very almost dead spider chicken right in the middle of both Steve and Anime Jones. Now it's time for the Mega Ultra Spider Chicken to attack once more, and it's standing very close to Dank Frank, so it's going to attempt to destroy Dank Frank, and it performs Acid Spray, dealing 3 damage to you, and giving you the status. That means you're going to take 2 extra damage from attacks.
Wow, okay.
Then it takes damage from your Living Plague, which I think I've actually missed a couple of Living Plagues. I'm going to give it some extra damage from that. It hisses and growls, and it seems very upset that you've entered its nest and attacked its children and tried to take its unborn youth. But I'm sure you're doing it for a good reason.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we're hungry.
Yeah, pretty much. We want some KFC.
Circle of life.
it's Dank Frank's move.
Okay. City shot. Augment with this. Okay. I'm gonna move a step away,
Mm-hmm.
and
From
then
the Mega Spider Chicken.
from the biggest spider chicken, and then I'm gonna use scatter shot. It unleashes a deadly bolt on a foe in range 3, dealing 3 damage or 5 damage if they have a status. Remove that status, so it does have a status.
Yep.
So I'm gonna do it on the mega spider chicken.
Okay.
So I hurl some screaming basement nerds at it,
Mm-hmm.
and they just pass straight through it,
Right.
dealing it damage.
Yep, it's wounded, it screeches in pain, and the Living Plague, the acne, I guess, that it had on it, somehow is transferred by these nerd souls to the nearby flaming spider chicken. That'll be your turn.
That's my turn. Yeah.
Yep. Next up, we have Steve, the Necromancer.
Did it remove the status from the
Yes,
chicken?
it did, which caused it to move to another chicken.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Do I have a limit of spirits I can summon?
As many as you have cards.
As many as I have cards, fantastic. I'm going to summon another spirit.
Another one.
Who's this?
Another one. This is my old dog.
Okay.
What's his name?
Peepers. And he's got no legs, so he just kind of like
He's like a
slithers
sack.
along the ground. Yeah,
Why is it called Peepers?
he's an old sausage dog with half a jaw.
Is your character asking why he's called Peepers?
Yeah.
Don't know which need.
Look at him, little peep.
Look at him, little
Look at
Peepers.
his little
Unique
peep.
Who's a good boy?
Okay, and then are you going to move, or are you happy on your desecrated patch?
I'm happy on my desecrated patch.
Are you going to move? Now it's your wife and your dog get to move.
Yeah.
Your dog.
So Martha moves in, and she smacks towards the chicken, the spider chicken. Smacks him for 2.
Yep.
And Peepers is going to do the same.
Excellent. As the chicken spider screeches as it's barraged by souls of your loved ones. Next up, we have Anime Jones,
All right.
who's barely holding on at this point, but
All right.
still
He's
going good.
he's looking up and he stands up and he says, "All right, it's time to get serious." And he whips his guitar around, switches it to turbo mode,
Oh!
and he casts Wildfire.
Oh, nice.
So that unleashes unstable magic. Flip a coin. On heads, deal 5 damage to a foe in range 3. On tails, deal 2 damage to yourself and 5 foes in range 3. But I also have a status that allows me to change the result of a coin flip.
Excellent.
So if it's not heads, I'm going to change it to heads.
Okay.
Here's the flip.
Oh,
The suspense.
It's heads.
it's heads.
All right. And so that means that I jam out a fucking awesome solo once again on my guitar. But this time, laser lights just shoot in all directions. And it's just kind of random, but they only hit the giant chicken spider.
Oh, damn. The chicken spider begins to melt and under the awesome force of your
it's just
solo. So how much
Sound
damage was
effects.
that? 5 damage?
Yeah, that's 5 damage.
Excellent. That is the end of the round, and it is time for some more spider chickens to make the move. One of them is the flaming one is corrupted by the desecrate and the living plague that's sitting on him, and it sort of gently roasts and then just collapses to the ground, and smells fantastic. It's so good. Just the right amount of sort of tenderness, just the right amount of like crispy crustaceans, right? I mean, you sort of arachnid spider legs. You can't wait.
Spread some salt on it.
And the living plague then passes to the other one, which then takes damage, even though it's not in the desecrate area. And so the one surviving spider who is right next to Rick Troll is then going to attempt to Mire Breath Rick Troll once more, dealing another 3 damage and pushing Rick Troll down in the initiative list. It hisses at you, and you sort of get some sort of understanding of like it's upset. Yeah.
Is it because I told it a story for too long about my career as a pop star?
You can only assume so. You can only assume.
It probably
so.
didn't hear you well enough. You better tell it again.
No.
Now it is time for the big mega ultra chicken to make its move. It's standing quite a distance away from everyone, so let's see what it attempts to do. It's going to dash towards the 2 of you that are grouped together in the desecrate, but it can't quite make it to you in time. But it's rushing at you, just claws ready. It moves onto your location, but hasn't quite begun its attack by the time it gets there. It needs to catch its breath for a second. So it moves onto the desecrate patch, but it didn't start its turn there, so it's all good. It is now Rick Troll's turn. Wait, no, that was Rick Troll just before. Yeah, you got lowered down the initiative rating. That's right. It is. Wait, no, you didn't move. You just got murdered. You just got attacked.
I just got attacked, yeah.
Yeah, but you haven't attacked yourself.
Oh, can I try to steal the nest?
You can try and grab the stuff in the nest. Yes.
Okay. I want to do that.
Okay.
I really want this cake.
Go ahead and give me, I guess, a subterfuge check to just grab them carefully. Worthy attempt. Yep, you managed to get 3 or 4 eggs out of the clutch of the smaller spider chicken.
How many eggs did we need?
For the recipe.
It just said 2 eggs.
Okay, so we've got more than
Oh, we got
eggs.
bonus
Yeah,
eggs.
sweet.
Gotta. I mean, as long as you don't all put them in one basket, it should be fine. Okay.
Wow. You are the man.
Well played.
I mean, because you might break that. Okay. It is. Are you going to move away from the nest now that you've got your prize, your eggy prize?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You're going to head back to town.
Yeah.
Okay. You did it in such a stealthy way that the spider chicken didn't notice, so it continues to guard the nest.
Excellent.
Nice.
It is Dank Frank's turn.
Sweet.
You've got what you came for. You can just let this innocent creature live out the rest of its wounded life, or you can put it out of its misery.
We've come this far.
We've come this far. I think we should probably put it out its misery.
Yeah.
Plus, that chicken's fried in the corner now, so, I mean, yeah, we're probably going to need...
It's looking pretty tasty.
Okay, I'm going to use Harvest.
Oh, yeah.
So, Spirit Swarm around an alley in range 3, granting shield 3 and dealing 2 damage to foes within melee of them. So, I'm going to cast it on Anime Jones because he's pretty low on life.
Okay.
So he gets shield 3 and it deals 2 damage to the
big chicken.
big chicken.
Nice. Can I have extra shields then?
No, I'm afraid you're at the maximum
what?
shield. You might want to put it on someone else.
Okay, well I'll do it to
Can you put it on yourself?
Steve.
Okay. So Steve gets 3 shield. Was
What-
it
what-
2 shield or 3 shield?
3 shield.
Yes.
Why is 3 shield the max here? Just wanna
It's
know.
when you get shield, you get the maximum of the shield values that you have or that you're being given. So you can't keep stacking up
Oh, okay,
shields
yeah,
indefinitely. It's just you
So it's just
don't-
once you're given shields, you can't
It's
be
like-
given more shields until
Yeah,
those
yeah,
shields
yeah.
are gone. All right.
or you can choose to replace them, but
Yeah.
you can't add them together.
Okay.
There are some cards that specifically say that, but they're usually really strong.
Yeah.
Because you can make yourself just have twice as much health as you did at the start of the fight if you give yourself enough shields. So there's a limit to it. Okay, so that was doing 3 damage to the Mega Ultra Spider Chicken, was it?
2 damage.
2 damage.
Yeah.
Okay. It is now Steve's turn. What's the plan?
Alright, Steve.
Should note that the big chicken. Oh, yeah, he's fine.
I'm gonna discard a Death Grip
Uh-huh.
and use my melee weapon.
Uh-huh.
So it's just my Grandpappy skull. On a,
Yeah.
it's on the end of a rope. It's like soap on a rope,
Yeah.
but skull.
Skull on the rope. Yeah.
And so yeah, just like spin it round. It, Yeah, it gets charged up with necrotic energy.
Nice.
And yeah, I'll smash the big chicken.
Okay, how much damage?
So
will
that
it
is
do?
3 damage
Okay, you crack him over the skull
and
with your
2
skull.
damage to foes and melee of them. So I also get little. Oh no,
Right.
the other one's
The other
already
one's dead.
The other one's
The
fried
flaming one is it's just a
Yeah.
fried spider chicken.
All right. Never mind then.
Okay, it is Anime Jones' turn.
That fried chicken on the ground. Would
Uh-huh.
I be able to just? It's already cooked.
Yeah.
Would I be able to start eating it and gain some life?
Yeah, you can go for it. Go for
Yeah.
it. You just start digging in.
All right.
Level of
It's so it's got 8 legs, right?
Yeah.
So it's got 8 drumsticks.
That's 8 life, right?
Yeah, it's 8 life.
Well, I mean, just because you eat food, it doesn't mean you instantly restore health. That's not how the world. That's not how the
This
world
isn't a
Well,
video
works.
game, Blake.
But
That's how it works in real life, isn't it?
but as you eat it, you feel more invigorated and
Yeah.
you feel like you can survive combat a bit better. So yeah, you recover 2 life just from the sheer
Yes.
enjoyment of the spider chicken. It is probably the tastiest spider chicken that you've ever had.
Is
really.
the spider chicken completely devoured now?
No. He only ate 2 to 3 legs.
Okay.
And it's only 1 turn. So.
Do I move my minions?
Yeah. Oh yes, I totally forgot. You get to move your minions.
Can they dash?
No,
Or-
they just move once.
Alright.
So, because the spider chicken dashed away from them.
Yeah. Ah, I'm making a mess.
So that was my whole turn, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Can I also move?
Yes.
I'll stay there. Never mind.
You stay
fine.
happy in the middle of the
I'll just tune up my guitar.
Yep. Tune
For the
tune
next
up,
round.
Ready for the next
Yeah.
round.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mentally and physically prepared.
Yep.
Okay. It is up down to this last spider thing here. It's going to stay where it is, but can it do a ranged attack? No, it cannot do a ranged attack. Okay, and then the big spider chicken, who's right in the middle of the desecrate patch, takes 3 damage from the desecrate. And it prepares to do 2 damage. Oh, I nerfed it. I forgot that I nerfed that card because it was too strong. Okay. And then it is going to slash at... who should it pick? It's going to go for the one that looks most wounded, which is going to be Anime Jones.
Oh god!
So, Anime Jones,
away.
you take 3 damage, thanks to the desecrate reducing its damage.
Whew, lucky I ate its child.
That might be why it decided to attack you, but yes. Good thing you ate that person's chicken's child.
Always eat the children.
Yeah. Rule number 1 in life.
It is Rick Troll's move.
Can I just leave? Can
You
I
can
just
just,
like?
yeah, just go for it.
Well, it's not about me anymore, and I got the egg, so I just want to go. I want
So
to get
yeah,
out.
just go. You can give a vigor check to like leave quickly.
Worthy attempt.
Yeah, you just
We're all
dash out
shouting,
of
"You
there.
can do it! Finish this off!"
Yeah, you're just running. Well, you got to keep the eggs safe. So, yes. So you've made it safely away from the thick of battle. You're out of combat. It's up to Dank Frank, Steve, and Animations as to what they want to do next, whether they're sticking around or gapping it.
Yeah, I think we're gonna stick around.
Yeah, this thing looks
Yeah.
I
like
thought
really
this fight
big.
was beneath you.
Yeah, but
He's
I
got
still want
into
the
it.
fried chicken. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can eat that chicken as well. So he's pretty hungry.
Okay, Frank, what's the plan?
I'm gonna move one space.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna use steady shot. It's a weapon augment, and it deals an extra damage and adds a 3 additional range to my siphoning scepter. So it deals 4 damage, and I gain 2 shield.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. This thing looks pretty wounded now. It hisses and caws as you strike it.
Yeah.
It's in big trouble, but it's still fighting. It's still fighting to avenge its young, avenge its slain and consumed children. Are you going to move or you? Oh, no, you
I
moved
didn't
over
move,
there.
yeah.
So you're at a sniping distance. It is Steve's turn.
Again.
It is, yeah.
Sweet.
Most everyone else is dead or fled, so...
Alright, well, yeah, I'll just use Death Grip,
Okay.
and that deals 4 damage.
What does that look like?
It's just a giant bony hand, comes out of the face of Grandpappy's skull.
Okay.
And, just kind of smacks the chicken around a bit.
The chicken,
Just smacks it around. Just like
Slaps
slaps
the
it.
chicken. Yeah.
the
Just lower
chicken
backhand.
looks shocked and horrified and disappointed that this is the way it died.
Embarrassed
And
as well.
Falls to the, embarrassed, falls to the ground, dead, smoldering, and spidery.
Does the chicken parts look delicious though?
Yeah,
been on fire a little bit.
they need a bit more cooking.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little bit undercooked. You don't want to get spiderella or whatever
Yep,
it is
yep.
that you get for consuming uncooked spider chicken. But yeah, the spider by the nest just skitters away, realizing that the fight is lost. It burrows back underground, and the fight is won. You have your eggs.
Excellent.
I'm gonna.
Did you say excellent?
Excellent. You didn't even realize you made that pun.
I'm afraid that you took a bit of a wound
Oh yeah.
when you were struck before. Let me just shuffle the pile of wounds.
Now that the
and see what we
fight's
got.
finished, does all our life cards go back onto the pile?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
sure.
you're able to take time to rest now. No other spiders appear to be.
Ooh. I'm
You
gonna
could look around the area now.
tuck into the rest of that
Okay.
chicken.
The small chicken.
Yep.
Yeah. So that definitely helps you rest and recover.
Yeah.
In fact, it's so delicious that you recover from your wound before you even started to really feel it.
Oh, cool.
So,
Nice.
yeah. But it's so delicious that you eat all of it without realizing.
Yeah. Do I get a weird addiction to it? And now.
Addicted to spider chicken
Yeah.
now. Need my fix.
It does taste a little bit like radium. Like there's a little bit of radiation going on there.
Yes, you
but-
say it tastes like that, so have I licked like
Yeah,
a
of course you
radiation
have.
stone before? Oh yeah, of course I have. Oh yeah, it's in my energy drinks. Like,
Yeah. Exactly.
That's what makes it glow that healthy green.
Yeah. What else? Let's go.
Can I investigate the rest of the spider nest to see if there's anything left?
Yeah, there's some eggs, and it looks like in the biggest of the nests, there's something glowing inside. You sort of reach your hand in and come out with a radium lantern. It looks like there's a big chunk of radium that someone's turned into a sort of handheld light that, and for some reason, left in this nest. Maybe it was just a regular nest of chickens before, but thanks to the radium lantern, it's now producing spider chickens. But this lantern also produces light. So when you carry it on your person, you can use it to see further and see in darkness, which is quite handy. But you can also smash it onto the ground to just release a blinding light that will just blind everyone for around in like 10 squares around. So everyone gets blinded, and meaning they can't really see what they're attacking for a turn, which could be handy later.
Sweet.
Or maybe not. Maybe it's just vendor trash. So that is the fight. You're successful. You get 3 experience points. Good job.
Yeah.
It seems that Rick Troll has just gone back to town without you, so
Yep.
you guys can.
Do you want to look around anymore? Is there like anything else of
There's
interest?
some more eggs, but there's some more like little smaller spider chickens, like little tiny baby ones.
Oh, I'm gonna grab one.
Whoa, okay. Yeah, you now have one tiny baby spider
How
chicken.
big is it? Like
Is it like
it's like a pocket
hand size.
pocket size? I put it in my
Yeah.
pocket.
It looks like just the size of your hand.
Oh, cool.
So-
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in my pocket.
Okay. How? Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Can you
Just-
imprint on the baby spider chickens to make them think that you're the mother?
Maybe if you are there when they hatch, perhaps. But this one appears to not like being picked up and carried around.
Okay.
It's not,
So he's picked up a hostile spider chicken.
Yeah.
It'll grow to like.
It'll grow to love me. It'll learn to love me.
Yeah, it'll learn to love me.
Love its mother's
Yeah,
Alright, with that done, you decide it's time to head back to town. There's nothing else for you here. Well, unless you want to grab some more of the big spider chicken for
For later?
yeah.
Yeah, I might.
Yeah, good idea.
I might go and grab a bit of spider chicken drumstick. So
Yeah, we should
pretty
carve it
fun.
up.
Yeah.
Carve around the spider parts and just get the chicken parts.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah. We don't want that chicken breast there.
Yeah.
You can
We don't want that spider breast. We don't want.
culinary check to see how well you can do that when you get back to town. But yeah.
Okay. All right.
So you make your way back to town. It looks like more of the goblins have come out of their houses now. There's some trolls as well, some big ones, and they're sort of just milling about. They seem to just be doing their jobs. A lot of them seem to be working, just carrying around these big barrels. Seems to be their town's main source of production is something that they're just carrying around in big barrels and just leaving around all over the town. But they've also got a bunch of, they're selling food, and there's clearly goblin farmers that seem to be farming horrible, horrible looking fruit, but maybe it tastes good on the inside. And the little guy who led you to the chickens before comes over to you and says, "Oh, I see you made it back. Hope all our chickens are doing well. Anything else you need, or are you gonna hit on your
You
way?"
don't tell us those bloody chickens were half spiders.
Well, I mean, they're really more spiders that are half chicken. They're spiders to start with. We improved them.
How many giant chickens did you have? Because you might be down one.
Oh, it was just the brood mother that is obviously very important to our city's livelihood, but obviously you didn't fight that.
No, not at all. No, we left that to its own devices.
It's great.
We have a sack of like chicken parts, right? Or like a
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I'll
Just
stand
chicken parts.
a block that from the guy
Okay.
being able to
Good
see it.
plan. That's a good idea. This is a subterfuge check for him not to
Oh,
notice the
shit.
smell of spider chicken
Okay.
emanating from you.
Worthy attempt.
Worthy attempt. He's suspicious that you smell too much like spider chicken, but he takes
Like
you away.
fried spider chicken.
You seem trustworthy. Okay. That's good. That's good that Jeffrey is doing well.
Jeffrey.
The brood mother's called Jeffrey.
What else can we get for you? Are you leaving?
Well, actually, I had this letter here I found on the road.
Ooh.
Do you know who this might be for?
Well, it says for Carrick on it, so I'm guessing it's for Carrick. Yeah, he runs the general store where you can get all sorts of useful things.
Oh, cool. I'm gonna head over there then. And...
Can you get eggs there?
Yes, of course.
Why didn't we go there to begin with?
Oh, God. Yeah, I forgot. Sorry. I mean, Carrick's been pretty down recently, so it's for the best.
Can I read the letter again? What did it say?
Dear Carrick, sorry I must go raid town now. Will probably die, but know I always cared for you. Be strong after I did. Sincerely, Lucken.
Okay.
Yeah? Okay, gonna go see Carrick now?
Yep.
Okay, so you go in to Carrick's general store, which is sort of right in the sort of centre of the village.
Is there a whole wall of eggs for sale just there?
There's a decent number of eggs. They look like the sort of a good pick of eggs. So, yeah. He also has, it's worth noting, you can see that there is two big tins with bags sticking out of them. One says flour and one that says baking powder.
Oh, those are the things for the ritual,
Wait, but
right?
does he have butter? And is it cow butter?
He doesn't seem to have any butter. There is a shelf that has the word butter written on it, but it is empty. devoid of butter.
Are we able to talk to Carrick?
You are able to talk to Carrick.
Can we ask him where the butter is?
Yeah, can we ask him if he's got any livestock hanging around to make butter?
Some spider cows.
Yeah.
Like, hey dudes, welcome into my shop. What can I get for you? You up after some butter, eh? Sorry about that. Normal grabbed all the butter and run off with the butter.
I'm gonna slap that letter down and say, I've got some bad news for you. I think your friend's dead.
My friend, who are you wait, are you talking about Lucken?
Yep.
Lucken?
Yep.
Lucken?
Yep.
He grabs the letter and, like, reads it up and down, like, just staring beadily at it. It's like, I can't read! What does it say?
What does it say? I don't remember.
You read it over again.
I'll read it again.
Sorry. Dear Carrick. I must go rage town now. We'll probably die. But no, I always cared for you. Be strong after I dead. Sincerely, Lucken. You read it out.
And that's what it
word
says.
for word.
Yep.
He, like, tries to hold it together, fails at his holding it together check, and just starts bawling and just runs out of the shop, disappearing out the back door.
We're left in an empty shop, guys.
You couldn't have done that after we bought the bacon, so
We don't need to buy anything. We can just, like, take it.
Let's just rate it.
Yeah.
Okay. You take the flour and the baking soda.
Yeah.
And
What else is in there? What else is it? What's behind the counter? Check the window. Check the door.
So one of you is watching this.
Yeah, watch the front door. I'm going behind the counter.
Okay. Someone who wants to be the.
I think Dank Frank kind of stands off in the corner of the room and summons spirits to guard the front door.
Okay.
And they'll give off a whiny pitched voice breaking alarm if anyone comes in.
What's that sound? Just to. All right. We'll listen for that.
So you start grabbing stuff from the shelves. There's a big counter with stuff underneath it, so you open that up. And
Yep.
there is some rusty-looking weapons. But there is something that looks particularly interesting. It looks like a healing potion of sorts. You've seen it like before. It's called regenerative oil, and one of you can pick this up, and then during combat you can give yourself a quick heal, or you can spend your turn to give a larger heal to yourself or a party member.
Okay, I'm nabbing that
Yeah, I
because
feel like Anime Jones needs that the most.
because I'm the most dying.
Most of the time. Excellent.
Cool.
And you keep rustling through the stuff, and there's all sorts of completely useless things. There's goblin clothing. Might come in handy. You want to grab the goblin clothing? No. Nope. Okay.
Do they look nice?
How
Would you wear it
fashionable
on-
are these goblins?
Yeah, would you wear it on stage?
They're like mostly like Hawaiian shirts, except with human skulls on them rather than flowers and.
Oh, this
Oh,
sounds like
that's
it would
right up-
stand out.
It's right up Steve's alley.
No, Steve wants nothing to do with this.
But it's got
one thing.
skulls on it.
I want it.
You want it? Okay.
Yeah.
Are you gonna wear it?
Yeah, I want to wear it. I want you to pay
Okay.
attention to what I'm doing.
Perfect for sneaking around.
Is there any makeup in the store?
Huh?
Is there any makeup in the store?
No.
rude.
I can guarantee you from looking at the goblin's eyes, there's no makeup in a 10-mile radius. That's
Okay.
for sure.
And so this goblin, did he run out the back?
He ran out the back. You can hear some sobbing. If you listen carefully.
All right, we just alluded to the store. Do we want to go and
Suddenly,
ask-
there's a sound that you hear from the front of the store. Do you want to demonstrate the sound? It looks like some people are coming. What's the plan? Just gap it?
Should we just let's just stroll in, act natural, and just
Let me go out and charm them. Let me go out and convince them that there's nothing to see here, and turn them around and
Okay.
we can just walk out like we've just bought
good do.
some stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
People can see that walk.
just be acting natural.
The natural hip sway walk.
A natural
I like
walk, just like
that. We haven't stolen anything.
Yeah.
Everyone
Well,
knows that walk.
my jacket is just like bulging with like items.
Okay, you walk out of the store. Everyone make charm checks to convince them that you're just on the up and up.
I don't actually have cards.
What? Borrow someone else's.
I've got an excellent attempt. I've got heaps here.
Oh, you've
So
probably
yeah,
got,
so-
you've probably got
probably
all of
got-
Steve's cards.
Yeah.
I've got
So
a
Steve-
fumble.
Overwhelming
Light 'em up.
success.
Overwhelming success.
Excellent attempt.
Yeah, go ahead, just pull a card from the top.
Okay, fuck it. Fumble.
Okay, so These two look super suspicious, and all eyes from the town goblin guard that was just coming to check what's going on go straight to these two. But then you strut out with the most innocuous walk. Sorry, I should say. Anime Jones struts out like he's never done anything wrong in his entire life.
Yep. I wave at the guards. Good day.
All the guards are like just struck by how genuinely good this man seems. Completely distracted.
Play a
from
little
what's going
tune on my
with these
guitar as
two.
I'm going along.
And they're like, what a wonderful fellow. I'm so glad that visitors came to this town.
What a
Nothing
nonchalant guy.
bad. I'm good. I just know in my heart nothing bad can and has and will continue to happen in this town now that these guys are here. You made it out of the store. Now you have already gathered baking powder and flour and eggs. Now all you need is butter, sugar, and milk. What's
This is such a bizarre quest.
I feel like you could get milk and butter from the same place, right? Because you can turn milk into
yeah,
butter.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is that goblin still crying?
He's crying upstairs from in the shop. You'd have to go back in the shop and upstairs in the shop to talk to that guy. You can go find that guy who has shown you around the town before.
Yeah, but he took us to Spider Chickens instead of the general store.
True.
Yeah.
I feel like we should go ask the goblin.
may want to
Especially
get rid
he's
of
vulnerable
you, yeah.
right now. He might be susceptible to
Yeah.
telling us.
Let me go up and charm him, eh?
Okay,
I can-
so you're just
yeah.
going to go up by yourself and just charm him?
I'll go up and I'll put an arm around him and, you know, kind of...
To the sobbing guy?
Yeah, to the sobbing guy.
So you go into the back of his shop where he is. He's just sort of sitting in front of the table. He's just sobbing over this letter. Well, it's more of like a pile of wet parchment now. So you sit down beside him, pat him on the back.
Pat him on the back and I'm like, look, times can be hard for everyone, but it's always better when we can get through these things together. Have you ever been part of a cult before? Because what a cult is really a support system for times like this.
No, dude, I haven't been in the cult before. Should I have been in the cult?
I think you should have been in the cult. Listen, I can be there for you when you need it, but all I need you to do is give me your complete devotion.
Unquestioning.
Unquestioning loyalty is what I need.
Give me a charm check.
All right.
Once
shit. Yeah.
once Ed's done with your cards. Thanks for sorting that out, Ed.
Give that a good shuffle.
All right.
Okay. Meanwhile, while he's doing that, what are you guys up to?
I'm looking in the reflection of the store window to see how my new shirt looks.
It looks outrageous.
In a good way.
In a good way.
It attracts a lot of attention.
It attracts so much attention.
That's excellent. So
It's
everyone will
going to
know
be
that I'm a
a
famous
little bit
pop star.
harder to succeed at stealth checks from this point onwards.
But people will know who I am. They'll pay attention.
That's true. This
Good.
is true.
The
I mean,
fabulous
they'll know
photo.
that you are someone. That's for sure.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's a step up, right?
Sweet, you ready?
Yeah.
Worthy attempt.
Worthy attempt. He's like, do you have a pamphlet that I can look over? I mean, I'm a bit busy at the moment with the crying and
Yeah,
lamenting.
Dank Frank summons a spirit to give a review of what it's like to be in a cult.
Right. So give me an intelligence check to have your magical spirit convince this man.
Alright.
And then you'll have to do the spirit's voice, I'm afraid.
Worthy attempt.
Uh-huh.
Okay, he's just like, it's great being in a cult. I never had friends before this. But after this, it was, I had friends. I had to give my life for it, but I'll lose my virginity soon, and we can be friends, and I can help you with that, and share allergy creams.
Oh my god, I hate it
Jeez.
so much.
Well, that's terrible. I'm gonna make sure he accepts because he wants this to be
Because
over.
I'm
Does he?
terrible.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, just stop him talking. All right, I'll join your cult. Is there anything you need me to do? Like, tell you where the
Yeah,
ingredients that
I need
need-
you to tell me where to get some
Milk and butter.
milk and butter, mate.
Well, you can get some fresh milk from the cow.
You mean spider cow?
It's a spider cow.
No, it's a regular goblin cow.
Half goblin, half cow.
Yeah, well, like 2/3 cow, 1/3 goblin.
Which part's goblin?
Yeah.
The udders?
It's mostly the face and the attitude.
The attitude.
As for the butter, I mean, butter's takes a while to make, and
I'm afraid normal stole all our the town's butter and is running around with the butter. So you're going to have to catch normal.
Who?
Normal.
Well, I'm not there.
Yeah. Normal dude. He's like normal goblin. Well, he's not a normal goblin. I guess his parents called him normal to hope he would be normal. Didn't work.
Fair enough.
He's got the butter.
He's got the butter?
He's got the butter.
Sweet. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, little goblin guy's going to follow us around now, I guess, because he's part of
Yeah,
the cult.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, well, yeah, we'll just close
Well, he's
the
an
shop.
initiate, isn't he? He's prospecting to become a full-fledged member,
Yeah,
so he's
yeah.
probably going to be the bum boy.
He's got to go through.
He's got to go through like a hazing process. Yeah.
He's like, okay, I just got to shut up the shop, so no one steals anything, and then I'll be right with you.
Right. Sounds like a good idea, Billy. I'll meet you downstairs.
Okay. Thankfully, he's quite distracted and shuts up the shop without noticing that almost everything of value in the shop is gone now. So, meanwhile, outside, you guys notice, while you're just looking around, while you're doing your thing, a goblin down a back alley just runs out. He's got like a trench coat, and he just runs out and screams at you, says, "Losers!" and then just runs back down the alley.
Is he talking about my shirt?
I turn to you and say, I think he's talking about
Oh
your
my
shirt.
God.
I second that.
This is very upsetting.
You should go get him.
Yeah, I think we should go chase him.
Okay,
and
you
beat
chase
him up.
after him. So you start running. You notice these guys just running off as you leave the shop. You're gonna follow them, or are you just
Yeah,
gonna
but at
do
my own
it?
pace. Like, you know, like, I'm not going to start running, but I will send the prospect initiate ahead to make sure we don't lose them.
It's time for a chase. Everyone, give me vigor checks as you
Oh,
dash after this guy.
Do I have to do that as well?
I mean, are you gonna dash or are you just?
I'm just going to stroll.
Yeah. Okay. You don't have to. You
Okay.
can.
Excellent attempt.
Excellent attempt.
I was pretty upset.
Fumble.
Okay.
Worthy attempt.
Worthy attempt. So you take off. You just gap it. You're just dashing ahead. I should
actually-
say that.
Oh, yeah, you
Rick
can
Troll
you can
dashes
try again.
ahead.
I'm
Oh, yeah.
going to use my vigor
Ooh,
to
make another attempt.
re-roll
Yeah, go for it.
or redraw. Worthy attempt.
So you're all able to keep up with him. You're dashing along. Rick Troll takes the lead, dashing ahead of him, and you start you fling stuff at him to distract him. But he dodges out of the way. So you'll never catch me. I'm normal. And he just dashes around the corner, and you lose sight of him for a second. But then you see him. He somehow got up on the roof, and he pulls open his trench coat. And he's got large sticks of butter just poking out of his trench coat.
Oh my god!
And he laughs.
He's also naked underneath.
Thankfully, there's enough butter that you
It's
can't
covering.
see anything awkward. He keeps going.
He's got butter tied around his belt, just covering his...
Okay, so he's on the rooftops now. Somehow, what's the plan? Are you gonna climb up after him, or are you gonna follow him from below?
I was going to throw a shoot a fireball, but that might melt the butter. I don't want to do that.
Well, I'm real pissed at him because he laughed at my shirt, so
Yeah.
I want to try to get to him.
Yeah.
Can I jump that high, being that I'm a troll and pretty tall?
Yeah, you can probably just jump up on buildings.
Yeah,
and
I want to try to jump
on
up to him.
crates and things like that. There's a bunch of barrels all over the place, stacked up, so you can climb up jump up the barrels and get on there. Yeah, so go ahead and give me another vigor check to just get all the way up there.
Fumble.
So you go up the barrels. You're halfway up, and then you knock one of the barrels off and lose the ability to get onto the roof. The barrel sort of tips over, and this black powder spills out. It looks like all of these barrels are full of what you recognise as gunpowder, which is fine. You said you wanted to do something about throwing a fireball at him?
Don't
No?
do it.
You
Don't
good?
do it.
Okay.
I put a cigarette out as we're near that. Whoops.
Okay, what do you want to do?
I turn up with the just after the shopkeeper troll turns up, and maybe I try to use the new recruit who has already got a bit of rapport with this troll on the roof to convince him to come down.
Okay. Yep.
Yep.
Give you two of you try to work to charm him down.
Yeah, work to calm him down.
Go ahead and see if you can convince him to stand down.
Yep.
Does George have to talk as the goblin?
That's a good idea.
What was my little goblin's name again?
What was his name?
Carrick.
Carrick. Okay. and we're trying to convince Normal to come down.
Yeah.
Did he steal the butter, or did he just...
Yeah, he stole all the butter.
He stole the butter. Okay. This Carrick's like, Normal, you know I don't have much. I let you have some every day, but you came into my shop and stole all my butter, my butter sticks and milk. Now I can't afford to feed my family and I've been forced to join a cult. So I'll tell you what, if you come down, I'll strike a deal where I can give you some butter every day, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Alright. With the attempt. I need to shuffle these up.
Do you want to make it a better attempt?
Yeah.
Spend one of your charm cards.
Yeah, I'll spin a charm card because I feel like I've just been pulling with the attempts.
Yeah, you can just pull another one. Yeah. Go ahead and shuffle it up and then see if you can talk this guy down off the roof, even though he's not really doing much up there other than waving his butter at you.
So I'm using a charm card?
Yeah.
With the attempt. Okay, yeah, whatever. It looks like that's what I'm getting. Yeah.
He doesn't dash off, but he doesn't come down. He's like, no, this is my life now. I'm up on the roof with my butter.
I'm living here now.
Can I use my grasping hands attack?
Yeah, you can. Go ahead, make an intellect.
So,
see if just grab him with it. See if he
grab him and pull him off the
weasel
roof.
out. After
I'm going to use my intellect.
Yep, so totally roll that.
Excellent attempt.
Excellent attempt. So how are you going to grab him down? Are you just going to like yank him down or gently lift him?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to break him.
Okay,
So
okay.
it's kind of like a full body grab and
Yep.
pull him down. A bit rough, though.
Oh, what's going on?
I've had enough of this nonsense.
Okay, you drop him down in front of you and butter sort of spills out from his trench coat. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, officer. I won't do it again.
I'm not an officer, but you better not do that again. Stephen's wrong, you see.
Okay.
That's right. Steve has very strong morals. Necromancer.
Family values, you might say. Excellent. Okay, you've got
You
your
can take a
butter.
life, but not annoy him.
Code to live by.
Normal Slayer. Okay, I'll try and be less me. All right. I'll change my ways. I swear it.
You're damn right you will.
And he drops his trench coat, drops his butter, and runs off. You now have a bunch of butter.
Yes.
And a trench
some
coat.
Disturbing mental imagery. Yes.
Can I wear the trench coat over top of my Hawaiian skull shirt?
It smells a bit of butter, but yes, you
Oh,
can.
perfect.
Okay, you've got a delicious smelling trench coat. Perfect. Now all you need is sugar and milk.
Can we take a break?
Yes, we can take a break.
We'll take a break there. I guess this will be the end of the first episode.
Yes.
Yeah. So, thanks for listening, everyone. We'll be back next week with another episode.
Where we attempt to find sugar and milk in order to save the world.
All right, thanks. Bye.
It's great being in a cult. I never had friends before this. But after this, it was I had friends. I had to give my life for it, but I'll lose my virginity soon, and we can be friends, and I can help you with that, and share allergy creams.
Oh my god, I hate it so much.